So I end stream a couple days ago. I think it was the 18th or something like that. I'm not happy about it, right? Get off Battlefield 2042, really frustrated, terrible stream. And, of course I take it to Twitter. The dreaded tilt tweet. And I tweet, shame on EA DICE for destroying the Battlefield community. It could have been easily avoided, but the wrong people were in charge, and they made the wrong choices. Totally disconnected from what people actually wanted, and too ambitious when they should have stuck to what worked. Then I retilted, like minutes later, of course, because I'm thinking about it, I'm still mad. Then I reply to my own tweet, bad concepts combined with bad execution of an already bad concept perfectly illustrates the bleeding of talent DICE has experienced. Totally incompetent. So yeah, clearly not happy, and sometimes I get like this where I'm just so frustrated with the game, I'm just like, dude, I wish this game was so much better because it could be so much more, we could have so much more fun, you could do so much more with it, and sometimes, yeah, you're gonna see tilt tweets from me like this, and I don't honestly think I said anything out of line here, I don't think I said anything even relatively that crazy or disagreeable, but one person did. One person hit me with a quote tweet that I had to read multiple times to figure out if it was actually real or a troll. And then I read the bio. Former official Battlefield Discord lead moderator. And right then and there, I knew I was dealing with a big fish in the ocean, boys. A Battlefield Discord moderator? That has to be like the second highest power level in the entire realm. But knowing this terrifying information, I read his devastating quote tweet. And I quote, meh, fuck the haters. I don't care who disagrees with me. At EA DICE, you followed your passions, ambitions, and tried something different with hashtag Battlefield. I like it. Polish necessary or not. Keep pushing the envelope and know there are folks like me who appreciate the effort. And after I read this, I knew this guy was on a dosage of copium so high, I don't even understand how he's still alive. So naturally, I just replied to this with a very simple statement. Huge cope! And that's it. And he gets ratioed into oblivion. And I thought that was the end of it. But I was wrong, because he came back with another wild reply. And I felt the need to actually cover this in a video because I feel as though this guy is the perfect representation of what is wrong with some people in the Battlefield community. No matter how often DICE and EA punch them in the throat, deliver some of the worst games ever, they still find a way to cope and accept less. And this guy is honestly the worst I've ever seen of it. But anyway, his other reply was, Raffle, I like you, but you fall way too far in the negative for the sake of the negative on occasion. And I think this is absolutely hilarious in my opinion, because if you're informed about everything that's been going on with Battlefield for the past, I'd say 4.5 years, you really can only reach a negative conclusion. I've been positive on occasion. If you look through my videos, there have been positive updates to Battlefield 2042. But overall, in the grand scope of things, the game is still a total piece of garbage, as backed up by the game losing 90+% of its player base. And I just think it's funny how this guy really does think in his own mind that all they did with Battlefield was like, oh, dude, you just went for it, DICE, and you just missed, good effort, DICE. Good job, you really tried to push the envelope. Good job, man, I respect your ambition. It's just like, dude, what are you talking about? The franchise is in the worst spot it's ever been. The player counts are the lowest they've ever been. And he still refuses to acknowledge the true state of the game we're in. And that's what I told him in my next reply. I go, negative for the sake of the occasion, this is the worst the franchise has ever been. You're delusional. You refuse to acknowledge how bad it really is. And then the one that really set me over the edge and realized that this conversation was going nowhere anytime soon is his next reply is, yeah, it's just not that bad, honestly. Definitely worst games, and you can always play the other titles. So in his mind, the solution to not liking Battlefield 2042 is to go back and play the older Battlefield games that everyone is already bored of playing because they're just that. They're the older Battlefield games. And then he goes full Discord moderator, gamer dad on me. That said, if you can't keep it civil, you can get your ass off my feed. Thumbs up emoji. The toxicity ain't gonna fly here. Save that for the rage baiter crowd. It's like, dude, calm down, man. Honestly, it's so cringe. And you wanna know the real toxic thing here? You guys wanna know? I'll tell you. The real toxic thing here is the toxic positivity this guy is emitting, like an aura, a pulsating aura of toxic positivity. The complete and utter refusal to acknowledge the franchise's absolute and utter failure. And that right there, my friends, is the most toxic thing you could possibly do. Because it helps absolutely nobody. It doesn't help the developers figure out what they did wrong, even though I don't think DICE can actually do that. But it doesn't help the developers figure out what they did wrong. It doesn't help the community, because you're accepting less when it's the franchise's lowest point. And it doesn't help you or anyone else. And it's not just this former Discord moderator. He's just one example of, I would say, an extreme case of massive cope and toxic positivity. I've been going after this sort of overdeveloping mindset of toxic positivity and just the refusal to acknowledge anything that is wrong within the Battlefield community or the game itself a little more heavily recently, because I really do feel that this is one of the largest problems that I see. Because, dude, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna keep letting the standards dip down lower and lower and lower until what do you have left? Are you gonna accept the game releasing with one map and then try to tell me that's fine? Like, where does it end? How bad does the game have to be for you to just critique, rightfully so, your beloved Battlefield franchise? How bad does the game have to be? Because let me tell you something right now. It can't get much worse than Battlefield 2042. It seriously can't, okay? We said that during Battlefield 5, but realistically, it could have gotten much worse. And we see the reality of that now. And yes, people can have their own opinions. People can try to say, oh, you know, the game's gotten a little better. Okay, that's fine. But what you have to do is, you can say the game's gotten a little better. Even I acknowledge the game has gotten a little better. But you can't forget the bigger picture, where the game is still never going to recover. The game still has fundamental problems that are still never going to be fixed. And I think it's really disheartening for people, and it's part of the reason why people refuse to sort of critique the game, and they refuse to accept that it's this bad, because they don't want to think about how bad it really is. They don't want to accept that their franchise has reached this point, and it is time to accept that. So that was pretty much it for this video. I just thought that was pretty funny. I thought that I would bring that to you guys rather than make, you know, some boring news video about Battlefield, because honestly, guys, there's not much going on in Battlefield right now. Gonna make some more COD vids soon. Probably gonna make another Shadowline vid, and of course, Gundam Evolution. Keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna be streaming that, of course, on the 22nd and the 25th at 1 p.m. EST and 2 p.m. EST, respectively, on those days. Gonna be doing giveaways as well. Follow my Twitch in the link down below. And whatever you do, do not take the prescribed doses of copium that this former Battlefield Discord moderator was prescribed.